Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Your blessings have filled my heart. Your being moves my heart to singing. Your blessings have filled my heart. Your being moves my heart to singing. Here I am, and here you are, so patiently waiting for me to wait.
Hariom.
Hariom.
Here we are.
Yeah.
When Osho and also other enlightened beings describe their awakening, seems to me that it's like going through the dark night of the soul, dying in a certain way to be reborn new, fresh. Would you please comment?
That is the dark night of the soul. Because you are identified with the ego before, no? So the ego is the darkness, is the confusion, no? Is the cloud. So when you are living like that, then there is a suffering, then you are in the influence of the mind, of your emotions, of your thoughts, all that. So that experience that you have to be reborn as such, it is a must. But it's really just awakening through your true nature, no? So when it has happened, then it's just laughter. But in the process, it's very hard. Because everything that you are has to go. That's why people have a hard. That's why all the master says, why Osho said that this is, you have to be strong in spirit, like Jesus says, no? Because it's not for the weak. It's a whole purification process. So this is the struggle, inner struggle that every seeker has to face, or every enlightened being has to face, because you are torn apart in a way. You want to be free. It is some memory there of God, of consciousness, of peace. So this deep memory is, depending on the maturity of the seeker, can be shallow or high, no? And for somebody like Osho, who's said he's been working for lifetimes, more consciously, even for him it will be a total death. And it's the same with Ramana, it's the same with everybody. When Jesus goes in the desert, no? It is a must. This is like a death process. So that's why you cannot do it, because nobody wants to kill themselves. Nobody wants to kill themselves. So without the help of the master or some higher forces, which I would call first the love, the connection with the master, the surrender, the let go, the understanding, the mental, emotional understanding that this is how it is. You have to have a deeper trust. So the whole process, a gradually process to do the homework, to do the sadhana, to work on yourself, to understand, to go deeper, to meditate. All that is absolutely needed, which even that very few people does. Because so many things in the world that is distracting you. So this that process is absolutely a must. When I look back, in some mysterious way, Osho took always care of me. So I was one of the bodyguards, and I was always meditating on that, because I was ready to give my life for the master, if something would happen. So looking at it now, that is also preparation. You should, a meditator should meditate on that, because any time that can happen. So how do I live? And if that is happening today, then you have to be very alert that you are living now. So looking back now, which I didn't see in that way at that time, of course, it was a very good practice. It was happening spontaneously. And maybe that's why I was there, because I had this in me. So I was meditating on being ready to die, to give my life for the master, which is not easy, because the mind, nobody wants to die, So you have to go against yourself. And that's how it is to be with the master. You have to go against yourself in the way that you are identified with your ego, with your mind, with your conditioning. So you have to go against yourself, which is impossible without that understanding that you want to do it. So you have to trust something else more than you do yourself, which is almost impossible. Yeah? Because everybody thinks they know. I know. But you don't know. Yeah? So that is the thing. So I was many times facing this death process, if something happened, and many situations happened that it was dangerous, that you don't know, you never know. There was even people throwing knife at Osho, and Hindu fanatics who wanted to kill him, like this. So I was facing that fear in myself. And also in my process before sannyas, I had some moments of death and accidents, bitten by scorpions, like this, where you go through a kind of death process, the fear of dying, which can be very helpful, because when you let go, then there is no fear. So this I already had when I became a sannyasin. So it must have helped me also in the meditation, because that process I had faced it. So when this shift of consciousness or self-realization happened for me, then it was one year, pretty much exactly after Osho had left his body. And I was asking again myself, like, what is happening or now, what to do now, who am I now, the master is gone. So it was something working very deep, like you had lost your mission, which was to be a sannyasin or a disciple or being with the master. No? And then I got very sick. So even on a physical level, I almost died. And in that process, or when you are very sick, you're also, you let go, because you have to. You are so sick, you can die, no? So that combined with the depth of my being, or being with the master and letting go, a shift happened, but you cannot do it. So it was a death process in many ways, for the physical and for your whole ego structure. So that's it has to happen, like you are asking. Osho and also other enlightened beings describe the awakening. Seems to me that it is like going through a dark night of the soul. Yes, and this dark night of the soul can be very heavy or very light, I would say. Yeah, I don't feel it happened very easy, because I was physically sick also, so I had given up. And together with that, all the things happen inside. Dying in a certain way to be reborn. Yes, because the old has to go. And that is the whole work of the master, to try to convey to the seeker that the old has to go. And that is impossible to accept for the ego, because the ego is the old. So being with the master, you get glimpses of the new, of the present, yeah, of now. And that gives you more courage. More courage to let go. So this is an inner happening, The more mature your understanding, your soul, your spirit is, the easier this can happen. So, and when the rebirth has happened, then of course there is no more fear, because you have died, no? You can just love, because all that was just the illusion, It wasn't you, It's like day and night. But then another issue happens, and happened for me, that how to function. Because it is really like you are reborn, and you are in a grown-up body, yeah? But you hardly know how to function, because you are not connected to yourself, so-called, or your ego identity, which is your whole personality. So then how to function then? Like I had no interest. Everything I had been up till then, it disappeared. So then there is no more interest anymore. It's just beingness, no? It's just beingness. So then it is a period of where does this beingness or this presence, where does that lead me? And you don't think like that. I didn't think like that, but it's a gap, it's a vacuum where you don't know, because the past is gone, and then you don't know. And you don't even know that it's enlightenment or self-realization or anything, because how can you know? It's never happened. Huh? It's just like a vacuum. And then, without the master in that situation, I think it's very difficult also. Yeah. very difficult, because he was the only one that I could have a link with. Because it's not on the physical, it's in the spiritual level. So nobody could understand, because how can you relate? You cannot even relate to it yourself. You are lost. You are dead.
Yes.
And who are the new? You don't know. You're just, every moment is new. So that is also, it's a whole process to die, and it's a whole process to get reborn also, and to function in the new.
Can I stay with you forever?
That's the power of presence, of love, of consciousness. So if you are a seeker, if you are a sannyasin, then you will taste that, no? You get absorbed in that. You get drunk in that presence. That's why nobody understands the master-disciple, this love affair, like Osho said, no? It's the deepest love affair, because you are ready to do anything. So in that way, you go beyond yourself, no? Beyond yourself. And how can you go beyond yourself? You can only go beyond your identity, your ego self. You can never go beyond your true self. So when you go beyond your identity, your ego self, you are your true self. So that's why you say, can I stay with you forever? No? Because you want to be yourself. You want to be your true self. You are fed up with that. So that is the that is the dark night of the soul, no? The dark night of the soul. And in that dark night, it must be very difficult if you don't have a master, because you don't have anything to hold on to. And they say, many enlightened beings, Osho said, they just become quiet, because you cannot talk about that which is beyond the mind. But in some mysterious way, this gets transmitted from the master to the disciple. That is the love affair. No? Huh? So you have to die. Everybody has to die to get reborn. No? So this is the spiritual rebirth. No? So if that is understood and accepted, then it can go easy or difficult. It depends on the person. It's like that. But it is a death. But it's a good death. Like Kabir is saying, again and again I say in the satsang, he had this saying that, if this is death, let me die 1,000 times. If this is dying, let me let me die 1,000 times. Because then, but that he says after it has happened. Yeah? Before, then you are afraid. Yeah? Before you are afraid. So that's how it is. After it happened, then you can laugh about it. It's like that. But it is it's a good death. Because the death is not the death, it's real life, no? And when you have awaken to your presence, then you see that whatever you lived in was not really living. That is not really living. The real life comes when you are open, because what is enlightenment? Is your ego self, which is very limited, is gone. No, you are open. There's nothing between you and existence. Because you are part of existence. You are part of God. No? What could be better than that? Huh? And still we are afraid. So that's the art of the master, how to tempt the disciples. Like you say, I want to stay with you forever, no? It's like that. It's a temptation.
Very good one.
Yes. So anything more? Where do we go from here?
From here to here.
Huh? Yes.
Deepest here. You said that the mind is like a balloon in the ocean, and we are ourself is like a balloon in the ocean, and when the enlightenment comes, it's like no balloon, it's only the ocean.
Yes.
In our interview.
Yeah.
It's like that. We are a balloon in the ocean.
Yeah, or a wave in the ocean, no?
Okay.
So when you have a wave in the ocean, the wave thinks it's separate, no? I am the wave, yeah? And then some people, Donald Trump, I'm a big wave, yeah? Or Putin, huh? Alexander the Great, I'm a big wave, no? But how long will that wave last? And then you have some small wave, oh, I'm just a little wave. I'm a medium wave. I'm a beautiful wave. I'm an ugly whale, wave. So it's like that. That is just mine. But how long will these waves last? That is the mind in the big perspective, when the master is talking about it, no? Because very soon that wave, no matter how big it was, it will go. And it's the ocean. Huh? So, forgetting that you are the ocean, that's the whole problem. Then you are separate. But how can the wave be separate from the ocean? It's impossible. But in a human life, be that 50 years or 80 years or 100 years, or some people more than 100 years, doesn't matter. 200 years, doesn't matter. It's just like a wave in eternity. Huh? It's just like a wave in eternity. It's nothing. Which you see, the longer you live, how quick life goes, no? So this wave that you call life, what is that? So if you if you remember you are the ocean, which is self-realization, you remember who you are, you remember that you are the ocean, then everything is peaceful. It doesn't matter anymore, because you know you are the ocean, you belong to the ocean. It doesn't matter if you are a small wave, or a big wave, or a medium wave, or no wave, it doesn't matter. It's just the play of God. It's just the play of God. Then you relax, there's no problem. Everything is the ocean. And whatever, whoever is doing anything in this creation is different things from the ocean, which is God. So remembering that gives you consciousness, no? Awakening, presence, understanding, clarity, peace, vision, wisdom. Forgetting that gives you problems. Many problems.
Many
Yeah,
problems.
many problems.
Many problems. Suffering.
It's thinking
Suffering.
like that. So that's why this mysterious way of being with the master, that when that gets ignited in a human being, then something is remembered that is beyond the wave. Yeah, you start getting glimpses how it is to be the ocean. It's always been there, no? And that gives you trust. That gives you understanding. That gives you the courage to go beyond your little self, your wave. It gives you a bigger understanding. And that is true wisdom. Then you get courage. That's why people drop everything. When they meet the master, they can drop everything, depending on their maturity as a soul, no? So this journey can be very quick. You have, but it's very, very seldom that the soul is so mature that it happens so quickly. Most people has to go gradually, no? You're gradually going through things, work on themselves. So this is settling. But the best medicine, by far, is to be with the ocean, which is the master. Which, remember, so anything in the world, if you want to learn something, you go to somebody who know how to do it. Many times I say, if you want to learn the guitar, no? Then you have to go to somebody who knows how to play the guitar. If you start picking up a guitar, then it's like, oh my God, you know? I will never make a nice song, no? You go to somebody and then you trust that you love that person. Then you listen. You're open. You want to learn. So what to say about being with the master is much, much more, because on all levels, no, you have to learn. What is the master teaching you? He teaches you slowly, slowly to go beyond yourself. And how can you go beyond yourself? It's impossible. It's mysterious. It's a happening. Yeah? You cannot do it. That's why it's a surrender. No? It's a let go. It's an understanding. Okay.
You have to be near the ocean.
You have to be,
Waves are
yes.
coming.
Yeah, that is the best. But people, the tendency of human, you forget so easily, no? Around me also, people forget from one retreat, one satsang to the next. People forget, because that's the habit of being separate, no?
Osho once said that enlightenment is pure ecstasy. How is it for you?
That was the right moment to ask that question, no? You say Osho once said that enlightenment is pure ecstasy. How is it for you? There is no me, there is ecstasy. That is what enlightenment is. You can have a little taste of ecstasy, but becoming the ecstasy, then what?
Repeat, please.
How, how to contain that? And Osho, that is the thing, like I said, when the shift of consciousness happened, when that happened, the rebirth, then you're in the gap, because how to contain all that, no? But it is ecstasy, it is laughter, it is silence, it is love, it is dance, it is anything, you can have it because it's life, it's existence. So if Osho said that enlightenment is ecstasy, yes, because it is alive. Enlightenment is alive, it's existence. So in a way, it's everything. You cannot have, this body couldn't handle ecstasy all the time. It will explode, because you have to get used to containing the ocean as such. So I would say that what is the ocean in the full moon night when it's still? It is just there. Is supreme, peaceful stillness. It's a beauty, it's a tranquility, it's a stillness that passes all understanding. It is just there. But then anything can happen, no? From that stillness, or from silence. Everything comes from silence, from that supreme stillness. So that's where the soul rests as such. If you have realized yourself as supreme peace, you could call it also that. And all these words has been used, no? Ecstasy, peace, supreme stillness, presence, love, God. So it's all of that. From the side of existence, that is just words. That is just words. You cannot put it in to any word, any concept. It's impossible. But they can give you a hint. But the best hint you get by being with the ocean. Because then you taste it. How can you talk about that? No, you can taste it. And how do you respond? It just like you said, I want to be here. I want to be with you. That is the proof that you have tasted something. If you haven't tasted that, then it's more wishy-washy. Like many sannyasins are, they come and go and like that. Many things, many dreams still like that. No? When I came to Osho and I got sannyas, he said, you traveled enough, now stay. And I said, yes. Because I knew what he meant. I've been traveling for lifetimes. It's so long since I saw you. It's so long. I've been missing you. Yes. Hmm? So, and that is not a partial yes, it's a total yes, no? And that if that is yes, total yes, then that's it. There is no more doubt.
Yes.
So, through this body, this enlightenment or this existence, it comes in many different colors or flavors or manifestations, in ecstasy, in dance, in laughter, in silence, in love, in playfulness. It's like that. You cannot put it in to anything because it's too vast. So if anybody says like this or like this and like that, escape. The only way is to blow your mind. And if you're so lucky to blow your mind, you are blessed. Okay. What more now? How is the interview going? Huh?
What?
How is the interview going?
Very well. Better than.
Ay, ay, ay.